Hello traders, welcome to another video from RLTR Group. So today we are doing a follow-up from our fellow trader who has given his inputs to us in the month of March. And he was quite happy with the kind of returns that were made. So today we are also going to go ahead and see how his month of April was. Now remember that my purpose of doing this video is to show you how our participants are doing and how their journey is actually progressing. And Gaurav, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to ask you a few questions so that you can share a few things that traders can follow. So Gaurav, how are you this morning?
Very fine, Noor, and thank you very much, for letting me once again be part of the RLTR platform to share my experiences. Really appreciate that follow up with your members.
Wow, that's amazing. So I'll tell you guys what Gaurav has achieved so far. So in the month of April, in the futures segment, he has done somewhere around 1,24,000 with a net realization of 1,03,000. And also he also wanted to specify that for the entire month of April, even in the equity segment, he was able to gradually make somewhere around 2 lakh rupees. So right now, I'm just trying to understand there, Gaurav, what has changed since the last, month and this month? What is the big thing that you did that you want to share with us, with regards to a learning perspective?
Okay, so in the last time that we had met, uh, as per my learning with RLTR and with my journey, I was able to, in the month of March, made a profit about 75K. But then with the inputs, guidance, and handholding from RLTR, especially the confidence in taking the trades, when you get a understanding of the likely direction of the market, the levels, you get a better understanding, your confidence increases and you are able to then increase the quantity and the quality of your trades. The fear, panic, and the greed, which constitutes the emotions, starts gets manageable. And when that gets manageable, you are able to score uh, higher gains and greater profit. So as you progress into trading journey with the support from the platform like RLTR, as you get more focused, you are able to manage the trades better. So over the month, the trading accuracy and the increase because of the underlying factors, identifying the right trades, identifying the direction, and following the set of rules given by RLTR. So you are able to enhance your profits. And as journey progresses, probably it goes on the more on the positives.
Sure. So there was a preemptive increase of somewhere around 4 times of what your profits was last time. And also you said that you have got a bit of a confidence in terms of the trading. So what are the two things that you want to say about the live trading experience that you get in the morning? How does that set up the tone for the day?
I think somebody, I used to trade on my own. I used to trade based on the tips given on the WhatsApp message or Telegram, or based on inputs on YouTube, or watching all the experts on the TV.
Mhm,
And the journey would end nowhere ultimately. But then the life-changing event has been when you are trading live. And
mhm,
when the inputs are happening right in front of you with an experienced guide who has the in-depth knowledge and understanding of what is happening in real time. Because you see, what happens is the analysis of an event at 5 in the evening, 7 in the evening, or 10 in the night, anybody can do. A novice can also. But if somebody is taking you through the steps of the process while the action is on, and is leading on to you, leading you to a meaningful outcome. That journey, that experience makes the whole process more powerful, and you are able to score on the greens in the better. So the live trading experience, I think, is what is the game changer for people like us.
mhm, mhm. Sure. So that keeps us in the mind, and it pretty much regards the entire scenario and gives us the idea about it. But over here, I want to understand, one specific moment that there was this particular trade that actually happened over here that we also spoke about. And,
Yes.
I wanted you to give your idea because see, there are a lot of ways for us to understand that there are greens and there are reds. So this
Yes.
red was actually an overnight position. So I want
Yes.
to know what exactly went wrong here. And,
Yes.
how did you end up with such a big loss?
This is something which I did against the advice of you and RLTR. I did, yes, you are correct that I spoke to you. This was a trade which I took on Friday, one of the Fridays before the closure, where
Mhm,
the market on Friday around 3 p.m. was much below, was in the range of 36,800 or something. So I took a call of 37,300. I had thought that on Monday everything will be in a normal manner. Although you advised me, don't do it. Don't carry
mhm,
this position, this heavy position overnight or on a weekend. Unfortunately, uh, between 3:15 to 3:30 on Friday, the market went up by 100 points. I was still in a green by that time. It had come to about 35,800 or 35,900. But on Monday morning till 9:12, it would have been perfectly fine. But at 9:12, the HDFC merger news came and it shot up by 1,000 points, if you recollect. So suddenly
mhm,
this option went up and it went on the completely or a trade which I could not control because if you notice on Monday morning, it went suddenly, this option went crossed 1,000 rupees in no
yeah, yeah,
time.
yeah.
It was the first
Mhm,
15 minutes.
mhm.
So at that time, I had to take a call, but fortunately, I had hedged it I had to manage this trade, so I had been able to minimize the losses with another trade on that
Yes,
particular
yes.
day only.
So on that particular day itself, when I see that you did a bit of management onto that particular thing, and you hedged it with
Yes,
another
yes,
position over here,
yes,
and that
yes,
position of 1 lakh compensated for the lack of
yes,
that 1 lakh
yes,
80,000. So
yes,
technically, what happened was nothing happened there.
yes, yes. So, but all this also, you see, what happens is when you one would completely go in number when he sees a loss of 1.8 lakh rupees in a matter of 15 minutes. But
Mhm,
because I had been with RLTR and you have been advising that in case ever at all, despite your directions, we take an overnight, it must be hedged. In fact, in an intraday trade for 15 minutes also, where the
mhm,
entry exit time is 15 minutes, we always and always take a hedge. I have thought that is what has been the learning. So since one had planned it that way, should something go so drastically wrong that it becomes unmanageable even in a time gap of 15-30 minutes. So one was able to uh, balance it out in a manner that the overall nothing happened. Nothing happened.
mhm,
So
mhm,
that is what is again what the learning from RLTR has been that in
mhm,
case unnecessary risk has to be taken, if at all one
mhm,
is hell bent on taking an unnecessary risk also of a large position, and
mhm.
unfortunately catastrophic event happens or an event such as a HDFC merger happened for that moment. Still, we were able to manage it because of again from the advice of completely hedging it. So that saved me actually.
Sure,
And
sure.
then you
But
move ahead.
then when you ignore that particular day completely, and when you take that Monday off, the April has given some very
Yes.
decent returns. And
Yes.
yes, having a couple of days in red and having a bad still did not shake you from the ground, and that's quite a thing that I want to say, Gaurav, that you have been able to achieve, because this is how a trader thinks. Now a lot of people think that hey, you know what, I only want a person where I can see green, but that's not possible, because like even I had losses on these Wednesdays, right? If you remember. Okay,
Yes.
even with that system, okay, we will have losses, but eventually what are we gaining out of it? So if I compare you from what 75,000 that you've made over there in the month of March, and comparing it with the April, so I can see a 400, 4 times increase of returns, and that's pretty much set everything right now. So Now we will come down to the last month. That would be the month of May, where you are going to be a part of us. And while you're doing this, so what is that tip that you want to give to the other people who are actually listening to us on this video? What do you want to tell them that when something like this happens, or what are the things that you will tell yourself when you're trading in the month of May that can
Uh,
actually be something that even they need to follow?
See, as you said, that the money, the greens increase, there's been a jump in the increase from March to April, and one looks forward to even greater profits in the month of May. But what I can share is that for traders who want to focus full time, uh, if at no stage one should ever think that the market will go in a direction where you feel it will be. It will never happen that way. So
Mhm,
one has to be optimistic, but one has to be very, very optimistic in a very cautious manner. So it has to be very, very cautious optimism. It has to be a continuous focus on the trade. The trade will never, the market will never give you the money easy. If somebody thinks he will master the market, he will be in for a very, very rude shock. And
mhm,
so it is very important that any trade which is being taken,
mhm,
especially the kind of volatility which we are seeing post the Ukraine thing, it is very important that we assess the risk before we put the money, and then we manage the risk once that happens. So in that context, while May month we looks forward to making even higher profits in the journey with RLTR. But what RLTR has taught is risk management. RLTR has taught us how to identify the trade. As I said, I have put risk management before and then identifying the trade. So the safety of the capital is first, identifying the right levels, identifying the right trade means the right entry and exit, and the
mhm.
right amount to be deployed, and right levels to be identified for entry and exit. That is where, with the help of RLTR, we can make our journey safe and we can achieve higher profits.
Sure, then Gaurav, then I would want to tell you that I will promise that those levels and those learnings will be there on the live trading. I hope when we circle back in the next month, I see a completely different trader who can go on his own and have a journey where it's more of this is like a life skill. So for the rest of your life, you'll be able to do it every day in and day out. I'm just here for a couple of days to give you that hand holding, but I hope I was able to add value to your trading journey, and that's what is the purpose of RLTR altogether. So Gaurav, I really thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I also thank your son, because he's right now very proud of his father. And whenever you shared this instance where your son comes back from school, he quickly snatches your phone, opens Zerodha, sees a green, and then gives you a little smile and goes back. So I
Yes.
think,
Yes.
I hope that is there forever. And, you make a lot of money that is, there in front of you. And I hope you'll also be able to impart this knowledge to whoever is novice there. And, let's see how the journey goes so far.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
But
Thank
before
you so much for your time,
No,
Gaurav.
but
Have a
before
wonderful
before
time.
before
Yeah.
before before we close, I need to add one odd this thing for all the viewers. What I want to, or whosoever listens to this, is that there's a lot of money which can be made in the stock market, but it cannot be made because of your own convictions. You have to be guided. You need to have the support of an expert, and there is no better expert, no better support, which will take you live through the ups and downs, and that is where our RLTR comes in, and that experience changes your focus to the market. You are not reading from your notes and or seeing a recorded lecture where after going through it you are entering the market, but there is a person who holds your hand through and through the journey, and that is exactly gives you the confidence, and that is a unique experience, which I don't think so. If I would not have got it, probably I would not have been speaking like you said. I would have stopped my trading journey in the month of December only. I would not have been able to see a green, but the confidence which comes, it comes from a good tutor, a good guide, a good philosopher, a good friend, and that journey is irrespective of the times to come, but it continues throughout as you proceed ahead. So thank you very much to Noor and our RLTR for being there for us.
Thank you. Thank you so much once again, Gaurav. Have a beautiful day and enjoy
Thank you
your
very
weekend.
much.
We'll see you on the
Thank you.
next live trading session then.
Thank
Goodbye.
you very much.